The road to Faga has come to an end because the Dark Lord, the god of evil himself, Millenniummon, is finally here and we need to talk about him. So hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ. My name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Digimon Adventure 2020 Reboot Series episode number 49. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now I'm sorry I was not able to cover Digimon content on this channel for quite a while now, but after watching the last episode, I was pretty determined that I need to make a video upon it because the Dark Lord, the evil god of Digimon, is finally here and how can I miss this? Now picking up from where we left last week, Taichi and Agumon have been blasted away in the Cloud continent and as a result of it, the team is currently in shambles. Yamato kind of takes up the role of the co-leader of the group and he leads Sora and Koshiro towards the final battle because the eventual arrival of Millenniummon is just in front of their eyes. They have to absolutely do something to stop this menace. But at the same time, both Hikari and Takeru are down. Hikari is of course taken aback by all the events that they are currently witnessing. Of course, her brother was her world, and to see him seemingly vanish off into thin air and quote-unquote die apparently because this was a huge blast, that is definitely going to take a mental toll upon this kid. And she is devastated by all of these things, and most of this episode kind of focuses on the group finally getting back together. And I really like the role of Mimi here. I was kind of not expecting to see it honestly, but her role in this series has been also quite substantial. I have my issues with this series and how it portrays the characters and how much Taichi centric this series has totally become. And unfortunately it is evident even in this episode, but still there were some quite good moments of character builders from the other characters as well, so I am fine with that. Now I don't really understand how the plot of the flowers come into the fray. I was maybe thinking too much into it and I was just maybe analyzing the plot that maybe those flowers will somehow lead to a power up. Maybe some kind of a new form will be unveiled via them, but I was wrong here. It was just a narrative plot point and how that was going to be a welcoming gift for Taichi in a way. So it's fine. But yeah, it kind of felt hilarious as well when we saw that the other group members are kind of fighting against the Digimon, and here we see Hikari and Mimi who are just making this corsage for apparently no reason whatsoever. But at the same time, it was nice to see the encouraging words from Mimi, and accompanied with that we also get to see a flashback of Hikari and Taichi, and there were some very good Easter eggs here because we also get to see a modern rendition of the R War game scene where Taichi and Hikari are wearing the very same outfit from that particular movie where Hikari used to have her whistle. The only thing missing here was definitely the whistle. I kind of wish they added the whistle here, but maybe that would have been an overkill. But overall, I feel like these flashbacks were quite justified in a way, and in the meantime, while all of this is happening, Yamato, Sora and Koshiro go up to face against the group of Wondermon. At the same time, the entire miasma from the Cloud continent and the entire digital world is kind of accumulating in front of the shards of Moon Millenniummon, and it forms a demi-mixture kind of a thing of Chimera-mon with the very same face but a distorted, absolutely distorted body. If you have seen the Naruto series, then this particular abomination, this particular eldritch abomination really reminded me of the White Setsu. But at the same time, this episode had a lot of Digimon Teamers like vibe with the entire eldritch abomination creators. It really reminded me of the D-Reaper as well in a way, but at the same time all of these powers, all of the dark miasma is accumulating in this particular thing and it gets assimilated inside the shards of Moon Millenniummon. But at the same time, the other three Digidestin have to fight off against Wondermon as well as a Griffmon which appears out of nowhere from the Chimera-mon like creation. Also, there is a very creepy vibe which is accompanying all of these things along with a very unsettling kind of an OST. This really reminded me of the old school horror movies and the slasher genre as well as the entire Frankenstein like vibe. It's fine, it's not the best thing ever, but it's kind of suitable here because it shows the eventual birth of the god of evil in the digital world. At the same time, we see the other groups including Leomon and Lopmon who are really taken aback by this particular thing because they feel like they have lost in their efforts because the Dark Lord is finally here and this is going to bring terrible times for the digital world. And finally, the Dark Lord is here, and finally Millenniummon has been relinquished. He is finally here. The Dark Lord, the god of evil of digital world, is finally here. But apparently all hope is not actually lost because at that very moment, before all the other Digidestins are kind of quote-unquote faded away, there is the light of courage, and in the distance we can see the orange glow of none other than War Greymon. Now this exact moment is actually taken from the opening scene as well, and we finally kind of get the context towards how this is actually happening and how Wargreymon kind of emerges from the orange aura. So yeah, once again a Taichi centric everything, because all the other Digidestined were waiting for Taichi to arrive. It's honestly fine, it's not the worst thing ever, but at the same time I would have really hoped to see other Digidestined also doing something more than just being a fodder, or rather waiting for Taichi to arrive to save the day. Lastly, the overall episode didn't had really any spectacular animation or anything for that matter. Some shots here and there were fine, but for the most part it was a very bland episode. But from the preview it seems like the next one is going to be a great one. However, there were some Sakuga moments here and there sprinkled in between the episode, and it especially happens towards the very end where we see the arrival of Taichi. Now this particular shot of Wargreymon really, and I mean really, reminded me of full power Broly's awakening in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. I don't know if the same cast actually worked here or not, but it's just a very similar visual aesthetic in my opinion, and the next episode as well looks like it is going to be very fabulous. And lastly, I just want to remind you all that Wandaemon, these guys look absolutely creepy, and they just remind me of those old school depictions of aliens in a way. So yeah, it really has an overall very creepy vibe. So anyway, those were my quick thoughts in relation to Digimon Adventure Reboot Series episode 49. I'm really sorry once again I was not able to cover Digimon content for a really long time now. I can't say that I'm going to cover it each and every week because I'm just too preoccupied with work, but from time to time I'm definitely going to cover some of the greater episodes whenever they arrive. So what do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Are you happy with the direction in which things are happening? And what do you think is going to be the eventual end goal of this series? Are you actually expecting to see ZEED Millenniummon for that matter? Please do let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know your opinions as well. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. Also, please do join our channel membership for some very cool perks and features. And lastly, please do join our Discord server as well. We have a lot of discussions in relation to anime, manga and more. With that being said guys, this is Wonder WhyZ, and I'll see you soon on the next one.